soon to come, right?
Okay. Angela?
Yes, sir.
Jared?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to call this evening's City of Uniontown's regular city council meeting to order, December 18th, 2025, at 4:30 p.m. Roll call.
Councilman Billy,
Here.
Councilman Thomas, you will note he's absent with cause. Councilman Winfrey. Here. Councilwoman Brown.
Here.
Mayor Gurke.
Here. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get to the agenda items, I have a few things I'd like to talk about. Light Up Night, we had a very successful Light Up Night here in the city of Uniontown. Black Friday, this Friday after Thanksgiving. Had a real good attendance. It was cold out, but I have to commend Joe Neubauer and his team for putting on a really nice evening for everyone here in the city, and I hope everyone enjoyed themselves because I sure did. Tonight is Councilman Jared Billy's last meeting with us, and I have to say that 4 years ago, our finances were not in as good a shape as what they are today, and I have to say thank you, Councilman, for your hard work and dedication. And on a personal note, it took a while for me to buy into Jared's way of thinking, and I'll tell you what, I'm sure glad I did, and I think everyone else is too. You did a wonderful job, Jared, and
Thank you.
the last 4 years have been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And I know our paths will cross again, and don't make yourself a stranger,
No,
Councilman.
you know, and it's a collective effort, so it's not just me, even though that relentless harping on the finances, aggressive at times. You know, it truly is a collective effort, and moving forward, it will still need to be a collective effort. So, you know, I just hope that everybody at the table welcomes Mr. Schroner and is willing to work with him just as they worked with me as well.
Okay, thank you, Jared. Again, thanks for your service.
Thank you.
This, speaking for the city, we all appreciate
Thank
it. We'll get to another issue now. I think everyone's aware over the last few years that our garbage bill is a little high here in the city of Uniontown. There's some steps that we had to take, and we just couldn't get there as quickly as what we wanted to, but we're getting there now. And that's, you know, the high delinquency rate was the reason that was given to me, the main reason why our garbage rates were so high. But our code officer, Jamie Wallagore, has been doing a fantastic job going after those delinquent accounts. And I'm not going to steal Jamie's thunder. Whenever she gives her report, she'll expand more about what she's doing and what we're going to do in the future. But I just want to say, before we get too far along in the meeting, thank you, Jamie. Jamie brings everything to me, and she's really, whenever she works, how many hours a day do you work, Jamie?
I'm supposed to work 8.
8 hours. Well, we really get 16 hours out of it. She does a fantastic job. Thank you, Jamie. I think everyone knows that Chief of Police DJ DeWitt, today's his last day. He's moving on to another job, and we're sure going to miss him. I know I will be, and I think the whole city will. Whenever I came on board, we had a fantastic chief, Chief Jason Cox. I worked well with Jason, and then when Jason retired, Chief DeWitt stepped in, and I was honored to be able to select Chief DeWitt, and that's one of my proudest accomplishments, that Chief would take the DJ would take the Chief of Police position. And he was, even though I think everyone knows the relationship that Magistrate Cox and I have, but DJ was my police officer. I chose him. I'm very proud of that. The last 4 years that DJ served here, he's done a fantastic job. And I can go on and on, but I don't want to get choked up about it. But Chief, thank you so much. Best of luck to you and your new adventures. And again, please don't make yourself a stranger. You're always welcome here.
Thank you so much, Mayor and Council. Thank you as well for the years of focus on my path, and this is where I'm going to be at this point. But I do wish you the best, and I will be a phone call away. I'll still be living in the city here for a while, so please do not hesitate to pick up the phone and call me. I know you're going to be selecting a new chief here soon. I'm confident you have very capable individuals within the department to select from, and they'll do a great job for you. But again, if you need it, please do not hesitate to call me. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chief. Chief DeWitt did, excuse me, did say that we're in the process of selecting a new chief of police, which isn't an easy task, but I'm up for the job. By the next meeting, January 2nd, we will have a new chief of police. I will be appointing a new chief of police at the January 2nd meeting. On the police side, again, I think everyone's aware that for the short term, Pennsylvania State Police is covering our 10:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. shift. That's a midnight shift, and that's a very short term handling of those hours until we get restaffed, which we will, and we'll move forward from there. And that's about all I have. Any comments on agenda items only? Just state your name and address, okay, Jack? Thank you.
Jack Swesnick, 63 Montview Street here in the city. I just wanted to publicly thank Chief DeWitt for his service to our community. You will be missed, and I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you, Jack. Any other comments on agenda items only? Go right ahead. I'll get you.
My name is Ray Kostricki. I'm with Center Independent Energy. Mr. Mayor, council members, attendees, thank you for a few minutes here. I'd like to speak about one of the agenda items, specifically the fuel bids. Center Independent has been providing fuel to the city at a very low competitive price for many years now. And I understand that tonight you'll be considering multiple bids, and we feel confident that we have submitted a competitive and fair bid to the city. And I just wanted to point out that, there's many times, at least in my 40 years in this business, that I've seen other businesses come in and try to undercut with very low aggressive bids but not provide the same level of service that the city has been accustomed to with Center Independent. I also wanted to point out a few other things that you can consider when you're making that decision. Center Independent has 9 locations in Fayette County, 3 of them within the city limits, 2 of them that are within minutes from this courthouse here. That provides saves time and drive time and man hours, and it makes convenient fueling for all your drivers. Our Pacific Pride facility provides ample access for your larger fleet vehicles. We own and operate the Pacific Pride location and that franchise, which allows us to guarantee your cards are processed, and we have several close locations should that service be interrupted. Additionally, not only can we provide the city with access cards for Pacific Pride, we also have our own in-house fleet program that we can offer at the same, if not better, low pricing. Thank you very much for your years of allowing us to provide fuel to you, and we hope that will continue in the future.
Thank you. Mr. Auble.
I'm Mike Auble. I am Fayette County's District Attorney. Just wanted to say a few words, Chief DeWitt, as he moves on today. I took office on January 1st. In 14 hours of taking office, I got my first call from Chief DeWitt for my very first crime scene in the city here. And I've been to a lot with Chief DeWitt. In fact, even before I took office, he was the first person to reach out to me to kind of discuss, what he did his officers, how we could support him, how he could support us. And he's always been a resource for us. It goes without saying that the county seat is here in the city. So any issue that we have at the courthouse, jurisdiction over what happens at our Fayette County Jail, all goes to the city. And I don't think it's a coincidence that over the last few years, since Chief DeWitt has been the chief, that the city has become safer, that we haven't had a homicide in this city in over a year, when we've had so many issues in the past, and that our jail has become so much safer, and the drugs that have come in and his prosecution of those cases has made it safer. And again, I can't say enough for what he's meant to this city, for my office, and for this community as a whole. Behalf of myself, my entire office, Chief Reitler, and this city, it's a very sad day. We wish you the best. I thank you for everything you've done for me to make me a better district attorney, for my office, and I believe the city will make a great decision on our next chief, but no slight to them. City's lost a very valuable, dedicated public servant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robel. Any other comments on agenda items only? Go right ahead.
Andy Lake with K2 Engineering. Agenda item 233 for the stop sign on Easy Street. We completed the study, the traffic study out there, and we determined it to be necessary based on the sight distance issues, particularly when there's cars parked on Easy Street when you're pulling out from 4th Street there. There's not good visibility, so that's why our recommendation there is to add the stop signs.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments on agenda items only? If not, that's all I have for the time being.
Thank you, Mayor. We will proceed into the regular agenda. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to receive the report of the treasurer for the month of November 2025, being the same as hereby received and filed. Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown? Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to accept the minutes of the November 18th, 2025 regular council meeting, being the same as hereby accepted and filed. Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown that council hereby directs the Director of Accounts and Finance to make payment of the following invoices for services rendered or products procured for the City of Uniontown for the months of November 2025. November 2025 invoices, General Fund, $193,781.64. Sewer Fund, $14,986.77. Recreation Fund, $0. Recycling, $490. Highway, $63,859.74. Off-street, $3,539.64. And library, $0. Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to approve the credit to be issued to the Church of God in Christ on 55 Butler Street for a delinquent sewage balance totaling the amount of $1,066.01. And this was a request from the sewage office. Councilman Billy?
No.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to accept the resignation of Chief Delbert DeWitt from the Uniontown Police Department effective December 18th, 2025. Councilman Winfrey?
No. No, before I say anything, I would like to say that he's my friend. He's the chief, but he's my friend and he's my brother. And definitely gonna miss you because I could call you anytime. And I will. but gonna miss you, brother, definitely. So I'd say yes.
Councilwoman Brown.
Yes. And just know I appreciate everything you've done. And this is bittersweet, but this is a blessing for you, and I'm happy for your new journey that you're taking. So God bless you.
Councilman Billy.
Yes.
And Mayor Gerke.
Yes, and thanks, Chief, for making my job a lot easier and listening to me an awful lot, okay? Thank you again, Chief.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the transfer of duty weapon Smith & Wesson 9mm M&P serial number NLK 4175 to Delbert DeWitt. Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the payment of compensated absences to Delbert DeWitt to total $64,967.05. Councilman Billy.
So I think right here is an testament to just the dedication that you give the city. To have this amount of compensated absences, this payout, I have to say, I believe that this is possibly the largest payout that we've had, especially in the 8 years that I've been involved in this. So that is the dedication that we have had with you. The patrolmen and the brass underneath of you have that same drive, and I'm very confident in our next replacement. And I'm sure we'll be trying to pick your brain a little bit for, some, good and bad on the applicants. Yes.
Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to accept the resignation of Patrolman Jace Hampy from the Uniontown Police Department effective December 8th, 2025. Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the payment of compensated absences to Jace Hampy to total $9,122.80. Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the transfer of duty weapon Smith & Wesson 9mm M&P serial number NLK 6507 to Jennifer Field. Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize repairs and maintenance to the Penn Street parking garage elevator from Schindler Elevator Corporation for $2,275.64. Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to reappoint Linda Evans to the Uniontown Public Board of Directors with term to expire December 15th, 2029. Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey.
I'm on that board, guy, can still vote.
You can, yeah.
I
Yeah,
can?
You can.
Yes.
And Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to reappoint Samuel Davis to the Uniontown Public Library Board of Directors with term to expire December 15th, 2029. Councilman Billy.
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to approve the agreement between the City of Uniontown and West Penn Power for LED streetlight upgrades. Councilman Winfrey.
Is that, are they fixing all the lights with LED? Because there's a lot of them out.
So this I believe is for the replacement, upgrade. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do everything all at once, but this is a citywide.
I'm just saying that there's a lot out in the
Yes.
city.
So
And if they're gonna be,
the ones that are be out will be replaced.
Yeah, they
They'll
should
be upgraded to the new LED lights.
I'm just saying they should do those first.
Yeah.
That's all, I'm saying,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of them. If you go around the city, there's a lot of lights out.
I would suggest that, and here in January to reach out to the power company and, and see just exactly what areas they're gonna start with first and maybe go with that. I think that would be a great idea to address them first.
Yes,
The agreement is broad enough to cover all
Yeah.
lights in the city.
yes.
Yeah.
It's just, how long is that gonna take?
Right.
I'm not sure, to give a good answer for that.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes, and I would like for someone eventually to reach out. I received the email, we all received the email to where the school district had issues with lighting, and they've been reaching out to the city for a while. In regards to this, I would like for that to at least be on the top of their list of repairs, so our children can be safe, especially on the trail. So if someone can make sure that happens first, I believe that's an important area to cover first. But yes.
And Mayor Gerke?
Yes.
So, Councilwoman, talking about the school district, is that the school zone safety light, the flashing light, or are we actually talking about the street lights in that area as well?
From the email, what
Yeah.
I gathered was the street lights, just the lighting in general, just, and they've been after the company, after the city,
Okay.
to try to get it fixed for, according to this email.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But there,
Was it
it
from
is
one of our
pretty
board
dark in
members?
that area.
Was that email from one of our board members?
It was,
Okay.
yes, it was, so.
And Councilman Billy, what was your vote on that one? Can I ask?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to approve the installation of a stop sign on Easy Street at the intersection point where vehicles stop, typically within 4 to 10 feet from the nearest edge of the intersecting roadway, known as 4th Street, as per recommendations of the engineer's traffic study. Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Mayor Gerke?
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to ratify the authorization to advertise to hire for the City of Uniontown police officer as attached. Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gerke?
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to ratify the agreement between the City of Uniontown and the State Theater of the Arts for the Penn Street parking garage rental from December 11th through the 14th, 2025 for $2,000. Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Mayor Gerke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to adopt Bill Number 1790, Ordinance Number 1770, an ordinance of the City of Uniontown, Fayette County, Pennsylvania, showing the estimated receipts, expenditures, and liabilities of every kind of all the funds for the fiscal year 2026, with the balance of unexpended appropriations as the basis for fixing the levy and tax rate for said fiscal year, appropriating and authorizing expenditures of various amounts shown as proposed expenditures herein for the expenses of the city for said fiscal year, from the revenue available for said fiscal year, for the departments and specific purposes set forth herein, and the repealing of all ordinances or parts of ordinance inconsistent herewith. Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
So you're looking at roughly this budget that is potentially passed at this meeting is for $5,326,657.39. So that is the budget. It's extremely thin. So everybody is going to have to do their part this year coming up. The 3 contracts that are in the process of being negotiated, that all has heavy implications on that bottom line. So as I sit in the audience in the near future, that will be one of my biggest things that I'm going to be watching. Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Mayor Gerke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to adopt Bill Number 1791, Ordinance Number 1771, an ordinance fixing the salaries payable by the City of Uniontown, Fayette County, Pennsylvania, for the various positions enumerated herein for the fiscal year 2026, repealing all ordinances inconsistent herewith. Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gerke?
Yes.
And be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to adopt Bill Number 1792, Ordinance Number 1772, of the City of Uniontown, County of Fayette, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, fixing the real estate tax rate for all city purposes for the fiscal year 2026, and repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinance inconsistent herewith. And we will note that the millage remains the same from the prior year. For recreation purposes, it's the sum of .3055 mils. For library purposes, it's the sum of .7657 mils. And for general purposes, it's the sum of 11.9288 mils. Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
All right, and with respect to the next one, it is on the fuel bids. We received a number of fuel bids, and we will proceed, well, 2. So 2 is a number, so we received 2. We'll go ahead and open those. This first one is a bid from Center Independent Energy LP, and their price is the average OPIS cost plus $0.174 per gallon. $0.174 per gallon. And the second bid that is received appears to be from Gutman Oil Company. We'll confirm that upon opening. Gutman Energy, and their price is 0.25 off the retail price at Getco or BFS locations. When bidding out, we have to compare apples to apples, determine who the lowest responsible bidder is. Excuse me for 1 minute. I'm going to see if we can pull the original page.
This is where these locations are.
I guess they did go.
Still not how that's gonna work for our city equipment. So they're 35 cents on the run anything.
We're not doing retail prices.
Be a hard one. The wrong business. Gotta get in the gas business. Get in that oil business. Huh? So while we're, waiting, I just want to go back to the chief. In 2025, through this year, we have 14 days vacation and over 100 days sick time that just for the year 2025. So that just tells you the level of dedication that we were getting, and I'm amazed at this. It's truly something, I have to say. No days off.
I try to not take off.
No days off.
I live in a world where I take off duty.
So I apologize for that break there. We took a look at the bid specs. There is still a question with respect to determining who the lowest responsible bidder is, which we're required to award the bid to. So the recommendation would be to table this until the next meeting, which is early January. So there's still sufficient time to actually look at it, confirm lowest responsible bidder, which again, the city is required to do. So,
Now, do we have to go? Does the city have to go with the lowest bidder?
you do have to go with the lowest responsible bidder. Yes.
As long as it is the same?
Correct. You're comparing apples to apples, determining which one is the lowest
I
responsible.
mean, just from the bid, it doesn't look apples to me.
That's the concern.
Because if you're going off in their bid pack, if you're going 25 cents off the retail price,
Right.
that is not what these organizations are paying as far as, just as Center Independent, what they're paying, and they're giving, a 0.174 over top of that average.
Right. Right.
Tim, with exposing Center Independence bid, does that have any play on that?
No, that does not, because these bids would remain in effect until
Okay.
council decides
Okay.
what to actually take with respect to them.
I mean, at this moment, they're public.
Right, right. Great question, but again, we wanted to just make sure that that was identified. And we're doing the due diligence to confirm exactly which one is the lowest responsible bidder. So,
I will make a motion to table.
okay, we have a motion
I'll
to
second
table.
that.
And a second motion to table. We will take a vote on a motion to table. On the motion to table, the award of the fuel bid, Councilwoman Brown,
Yes.
Councilman Billy,
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey,
Yes.
and Mayor Gerke.
Yes.
And those are all of the regular agenda items we have this evening, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. We're going to switch things up a little bit this evening. At this time, we're going to entertain any public comment that we have. And again, whenever keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Be respectful of other people's time and be respectful of other people in general. So at this time, is there any public comment? Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Robert Hall. I live on Evergreen Terrace, and I'm going to miss the chief, who's not only a neighbor but a great friend. And I'm also going to miss Mr. Billy for looking out for the finances of the city. I hope the gentleman who's taking his place will do the same. So, other than that, that's all I have to say. But DJ, I wish you the best. I really do.
Thanks, Paul. Good friend, good neighbor.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Any other public comment this evening?
That would mean that he would have to take care of that, and that's the agreement.
Hello, Jack Swesnick from Montview Street. Again, I have a question. Obviously, with the state police covering our midnight shift in the interim, right, in the short term. So I would ask, how long is that going to be? And are we doing anything to reallocate those funds, obviously, because our city isn't covering it?
Good question, Jack. Yes, we are, we're looking to restaff, and hopefully, as I said earlier this evening, that would be a short-term fix for the time being. And the reason, just to elaborate a little bit, a question people had presented to me was, why are you picking the midnight shift? But we did go to the 911 calls, and those are the lowest number of calls of the 3 shifts of 911 calls. So, and one morning this week, I met with Lieutenant Kalensik, the state. I said, how were things last night? And that was one of our conversations. We had 2 calls that one evening. I don't know what the calls were the rest of the week, but that one evening we had 2 calls. So, of course, we have the weather on our side right now, but I don't plan, and the city does not plan to have that go a very long period of time. Okay?
Are we reallocating the savings?
So to follow up on that, so it's not so much reallocation, but what we'll have is we will have, we won't have the expenditure that we occur right now. Dropping that shift, I mean, we're down below a certain number, so that's, savings, but that's not how you want to save. You don't want to cut services to save on expenditures. The booking center, was a good situation for the city while it lasted. And it lasted longer than I believe that any of us at the table had expected it to. So, you know, we appreciate the business working hand in hand with the county, but that alone too. So the extra revenue that brought into the city in the end is what was starting to chew up a lot of overtime. And so that wasn't, you know, and I want to say it's not a wash, but, you know, it certainly wasn't something where the city was, you know, a big revenue generator in the end. With that being said, with the certain number being dropped down, it is going to be a savings. And then you're going to see, well, how far out, how long is that going to be? I think that truly is going to be with how fast that we can get out there, do the civil service, and then, you know, get the testing and, you know, get qualified applicants. That also, you know, we really can't talk about what the new contracts are going to be, you know, so that right there is a big play too. So for the short stint is, yes, it is going to be a little bit of a savings, but I imagine that next year, as soon as the contract is settled, I'm sure that any bit of that savings is going to be chewed up. It's just the way it is, you know, with the
So
two.
is it fair to say, Jared, that it's potentially, to use a term, would it be a rainy day fund, right? Because I'm not insinuating
Yeah.
that we cut
Yeah.
the police department, please, I don't want anybody to
Yeah.
think that I think that. But obviously, in the interim, if we do, depending on how long it lasts before we can secure officers, is there a direction for those funds?
So, yeah, there will be a direction for the funds. It's going to stay within the police department because that's what's budgeted. And I'm
So
sure.
we just essentially would have a
Yeah,
surplus.
and being that it's, you know, you're only looking just a few short weeks to the end of the year, the calendar year, to roll over. You know, the budget is just one big pile, and you have separate line items that go back and forth, and it's just a living document. You know what I mean? So, you know, if council would see a need to reallocate through a line item adjustment, then I would say that would probably be a course of action. But for right now, no, I don't think that I don't believe that this is going to take very long. Once the contract is settled and they do some advertisement, I believe that you know, it's not going to be very long. This is a roller coaster that the city historically deals with. We have turnover. The biggest issue we have as a city is being able to compete with surrounding municipalities. You know, Uniontown being only 2.2 square miles and being pretty much all developed. A third of the city can be completely redeveloped. And so with that is that, you know, it's going to quickly get chewed up into a different area.
So not asking for specifics on the contract, I know you can't divulge that. Are we close to getting an agreement?
I think this is me speaking, and, you know, I do feel we're close with the police department. The fire department, we're urging to get together and talk and continue the process. And, you know, and that's just kind of the normal back and forth of it too. You know, when you're dealing with those kinds of contracts, you know, everybody on both sides is trying to get everything. In a perfect negotiation, both sides don't get everything. They only get a little bit. And it is going to be a give and a take. You know, we have a very fruitful benefit package, you know, and what we offer in both departments. And I think that with our non-uniform contract coming up, that's an area where I really feel that needs to be addressed, you know. And it's just because they're usually the last ones that get the contract, so they get what's left. You know, I don't want to say that's probably what it's going to be, but the city only has a small bit of retained revenue, and that's going to be chewed up in it could possibly be chewed up with retro. Although I believe the further you go out and you don't negotiate, I think that it shows an arbitrator that, you know, you have to be willing to negotiate on both sides. And I think that if that goes to an arbitrator, I think that that will be recognized. So this is just me speaking. I feel like that, you know, retro pay could be something that's not on the table, but I don't know that for sure.
Say, let's get a compromise and don't have the expense of arbitration.
Yeah, I think that, and I think that you see certain departments that are trying, and I don't want to play each one against, I'm just trying to be, I only have just a short amount of time to be upfront and honest with everybody and try to give you as much information and be as transparent as possible. That's just my opinions on that. Thank you, great questions.
Thank you, Jack. And again, thanks for the clarification, Councilman. Any other public comment? Yes, sir.
Thank you again for the time. If I may speak to the calculation on the fuel bid. They're obviously both calculated differently. Ours is cost plus, theirs is retail minus. If we were to work those numbers out right now, today, our cost is $1.86. This is just on gasoline. Our cost is $1.86. There's, assuming they're taking out the taxes that you're exempt from, their cost would be to you $2.17, 2.178. So that's the difference between the two of them.
So not taking out taxes, but they're also, it's retail. So they're also not, it's not at what a wholesale price a wholesaler would buy for it. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
I'm sorry.
and the difference with that is cost changes daily. So that OPIS cost will change every single day. So when the cost goes down, your cost goes down. As you would know, street prices don't usually move that quickly. So if price goes down, your price isn't going down. With us, your price goes down every day when the cost, and contrary, it goes up as well. But for the most part, like I said, if I were to look at it today, our cost is by far the best to the city.
And for me, I am not just only considering, I'm not considering just the price of it. It's also the accessibility of our city equipment. That's very important.
Which we can provide to you.
Chief Gahn, what our longest piece of equipment, offhand, the longest piece of equipment that we have, lineal feet, the longest?
Oh, the ladder truck, it's like 47 and a half feet.
See, that to me is a concern of being able to have, you know, easy access.
Any questions for me? Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment this evening? Yes, ma'am. Just state your name and your address, please.
Hey, Patricia Thies. I'm just curious what I ascertained from the discussion about the appointment of the chief is it appears that it's internally appointed. Do you externally interview any candidates? And how transparent are you to the public at FOIA, who the candidates are? How much do you let the public know that what the process is in appointing a chief?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, number one, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but the interview process would originate from the people that are employed in the police department now.
So is it internal?
Yes, ma'am, internal. Now, if we don't find someone, now how does that go, Tim?
So the third-class city code, which is the code that governs the city, requires the city to first look within internal candidates, determine whether they're appointing qualified internal candidates. If it is then determined that there are no qualified internal candidates, then it becomes the purview of the city to look outside of current employees for somebody to fill the chief position. at that point.
How transparent are you looking at how many candidates you have?
So I mean, we can be transparent with respect to the number of applicants that there are.
Okay.
And there are 3 applicants currently internally. We can't identify applicants, can't share resume materials, anything like that at this point. Once a decision is actually made, again, that's a personnel decision, so that's a confidential employment matter prior to the decision of it actually being made. But at that point, certain other information is eligible to become public information at that point, so service records, things like that. Once the appointment is made, correct. I'm sorry, what was the question? That some of that information is subject to right to know, so the city is subject to right to know. FOIA is the federal level, so, but the complementary statute for the city would be the right to know law. Yep. Yep.
Any other public comment this evening? If not, we'll go to the department reports. Code. Jamie?
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and I don't know where the chief is. Chief, my father says that a good chief wears his badge on his heart. You wear your badge on your heart. Thank you. Be here now. Never give up. You are enough. Live with purpose. Actions speak louder. Urging presence, perseverance, self-acceptance, meaningful living, impactful deeds, and compliance. This month, I sent out 21 letters for people that need a little help with their code violations. So instead of me doing a sweep, we talk about things. And they're getting to know me. So it's better to talk with me than me giving you one of these. So it is working out. I have posted 127 garbage delinquency notices. I walked 12,751 steps. Now for me, that's double. For you guys, it's 12,000. I also did one grass violation. So even though it is snowing, I still can cite you for grass. 7 dead storage vehicles were removed from the city. 3 vans, 1 bus, 3 dead storage cars on Collins Avenue. I still have 1 more to go. 1 on Oakland Avenue. There is no burning in the city of Uniontown. Even though you think you may be on the limit, whether you are in Uniontown, South Union, Uniontown, or North Union, please give me a call first, because I will tell you that your parcel is either in Uniontown or not. And if it is in Uniontown, there is no burning permitted. No indoor furniture or appliances are to be outdoors. Please, this is imperative in the city of Uniontown. We have a lot of washers, dryers, there are chairs, couches. Please get a hold of county hauling or go out to the recycling department and get rid of them. This is very imperative during the winter, because if there are couches or anything laying right near where the snow removal individuals do, they can't get around it. So please, please, please be cooperative. Please pay your business license by December 31st. I went to 27 businesses and hand-delivered their license. They need to be paid by December 31st, or they will go to Magistrate Cox for a citation. And I'm the one that has to do that. And I really don't want to do that to the businesses. Garbage delinquencies. I'm going to go step by step. What happens? Number one, I post a delinquency notice on your front door. Everything is totaled up. And, by the way, there's a $50 fee for posting. So all those walkings that I do, $50 goes to the city. I post this. Then what happens is it's your responsibility, it's the parcel's responsibility to call City Hauling and to set up a payment arrangement. Please do that as soon as possible. Please set up a payment arrangement. If you do not set up a payment arrangement and your garbage goes like this, then I come out and I can cite you for 2 violations. One violation is for garbage, rubbish. That is a $50 fine. The other $50 fine is for non-payment of your garbage bill. Please, anybody that I have posted, call County Hauling for a payment arrangement. I know this is the holiday season, but if you have family and friends coming over for Christmas, you do not want your family and friends to see you with a lot of garbage. So please, 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 please call County Hauling. If you have big items, such as mattresses, recycling. You can take it out to recycling. Mattresses, box springs, furniture, $5 per item. You can take your item out there for $5 instead of me citing you for $50. So that is a difference of $45, which you can have in your pocket. Vacant properties. Please listen. All landlords, anybody that has vacant property, securing a vacant property in the winter involves a layered approach combined with physical barriers like steel screens, strong locks, fencing, deterrence, lighting, cameras, signs, surveillance, and maintenance, cleaning debris, draining pipes, and upkeep to prevent trespass, vandalism, and damage, with the crucial need for specialized vacant property insurance. So please remember this, all vacant properties. I will be going around and looking at your property. If I don't see that your doors are secured or your windows are broken, I will be calling you guys, landlords, I will be calling you and telling you to secure your vacant property. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Have a blessed holiday.
Thank you, Jamie, and thanks for all your hard work. Redevelopment Authority, Natasha?
Hi, everybody. So the updates are just for the Community Development Block Grant. We were approved for the 2025 funds. The State Theater External Rehabilitation, we are now taking bids for that via pen bid, so you can find it online. It was posted in the Herald Standard Friday the 15th and Monday the 17th. So anybody interested in bidding, the bid opening will be January 7th, which we'll just do in office. Calvary United Methodist Playground, the construction's begun. Playground equipment has been installed. They got the mulch down. We're just waiting on paving, which obviously it's winter. But we did get an extension for some time. The blight demolition, we have 6 properties coming down throughout the city. Notice to proceed have been issued. So hopefully, by the end of the month, end of next month, those will be gone. Code enforcement, 2 of the payment requests have been approved, and the third one is underway. Fair, we did acquire 52 Winona from the repository, so hopefully we'll be moving forward with Winona project. We also submitted an application for rental rehabilitation, so this will be for our landlords. Won't be awarded till next summer, but if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Home, we're still waiting on estimates from K2, so we can start moving forward with those rehabs. USDA is back open, now that the government shutdown's over, so we are assisting those in the city of Uniontown and Fayette County with USDA grant applications. There's also some loan. So if anyone is interested, then go ahead and give the redevelopment authority a call. Any questions?
Could you just let me know about Marshall Park,
So Marshall Park, the modification was approved, and once the 2025 funding has been, the contracts and stuff, everything goes through and we get that funding, we'll probably be ready in the spring to move forward with that. Anything else?
So Tasha, on,
Yes.
on the repository bids that are successful for the redevelopment authority,
Yes.
if you would be able to have the solicitor reach out with documentation to the assessment office, that way we'll be able to go ahead and get those properties on, in an exempt status. So I know we have talked,
yeah.
we have talked before about that. In the office, we require to have some documentation from the legal professional, and that secures that move, and just instead of our office just making that, and we know that it's an authority and that it, anything that could be government, but that's something that we're asking for. So just in the future for these repositories, and that's the only reason I mentioned it, because it was on there.
No, I'm glad you
and I think
reminded me.
that'll make it a lot smoother, run a lot smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. Downtown Business Authority, Crystal?
Thank you.
Good evening. I've given you 2 reports. Moving forward, Joey Neubauer is usually able to present for his report for the Downtown Business District, and I will assist him as needed depending on what his hours are with his job there. So I guess first, following the Redevelopment Authority report, what I used to report now is just separate under the city alone. And we were under cooperation agreement for the end of December for Fayette Penn to basically provide that staff, myself, to help you keep momentum, finish your comprehensive plan and things. So that's what this report is. Until the comprehensive plan's approved, I'll probably be coming to your meetings, and if you request that I come, but at some point I'll just be passing along a report, but just not quite yet. I thought it was there, but not yet. So the strategic plan, management planning program, you probably saw an email that we're reaching out to request a meeting mid-January. So if you could respond to that email and let us know what is a good available time for you. Dennis Martinak with Martinak Consulting is going to present the finances, findings, status, and that's really exciting. So Rebecca Vargo has been working with the city to get that information. Most of the information needed for the plan has been acquired, and they're going to have an analysis with that review and finding and recommendations later in the coming weeks for DCD. At the January meeting, we have invited the grant analyst from DCD to come along, George Newsom. As for your comprehensive plan, the comment period began November 20th and will end January 4th. The Planning Commission reviewed it just this December 10th, provided revisions. So McMillan and myself are working on some of those revisions to get a final plan. So The public hearing will be January 8th, and that's at 5 p.m. I think we're scheduling it here, just like a regular meeting, and we'll be sure that's on your calendar. And then February 5th is when we anticipate the city adopting their comprehensive plan. So that's exciting. That's progress. It was 20 years old, and now it'll be new, and it'll be great. So we're gonna make it. In 2026, in January, I anticipate coming back to the city and having the conversation of how we can continue the FAPEN consulting. And again, that's just FAPEN providing employee to provide time for you, and specifically based on the planning recommendations from the 2 plans that I just mentioned, which likely will be zoning ordinance updates. There's a municipal assistance planning grant available for the city, which I could write for you, and you could get that funding to do your zoning updates, which likely will be a recommendation. So any questions on your planning or FAPEN cooperation? The Downtown Business District Authority also is working with FAPEN, so I'm going to continue to assist them, but I'll go through their agenda first. There's 2 board vacancies, and we have 3 interested. So you will be getting the letters of interest in the next couple weeks, and we anticipate you appointing a few folks in January. FAPEN MOU, we're also going to be reviewing a memorandum of understanding with Downtown Business District in January, just like the city. We may have a more steady agreement with the Downtown Business District. We're working with AmeriCorps Volunteers in Service to America. It's the VISTA program. The FAPEN partnership allows that staff, basically a full-time staff person, which can start in May of 2026. So the Downtown Business District could have a full-time staff person at no cost through that program. So that's really exciting. If there's any interns or folks graduating that are interested in economic development internships, there's this one, there's 2 more open at FAPEN. There's many internship opportunities, so you can reach out to me and we can get you set up. We're happy to report to City Council that the 2025 audit will be complete for the Downtown Business District. It's the first audit since 2018. So now they didn't have state grants and things, but they should be having their audits. So that'll be done. I think they said it'll start in January, might be done around March. And that was Tyke and Associates. I was really excited that they agreed to do that. Scenic byway designation will be a resolution presented to you in January. We've been talking about this for a while, but we're just working through the draft. That's Beeson and Main Street designation. The business committee is now going to be a quarterly meeting, and that will be the first quarter meeting date and time will be announced. So that'll be pushed out on the Downtown Business District Facebook page and on the single page website of the Redevelopment Authority. We're still pending Main Street Matters grant, and 2026 goals is to really take a look at that business improvement district structure and the 2025 annual report and 5-year plan. And the district was very excited to see that iWork is up in motion, and there are an inventory of businesses, and it seems that the staff is working through that, so that's really excited that that program's being utilized. And then lastly, I just wanted to let you know that in November, the county commissioners did approve the inclusion of the Story Square renovation project in the LSA application. So it's not really a award, but they approved it to be submitted. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Public Works, Mr. Podolinsky.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm sure as all the mayor and council are aware here that we had a few snowstorms here since the last meeting. Just a few pointers or things to be aware of for residents and people in their travels. The plow trucks are the first one on the road, so if anything is damaged, we do our best to not get into people's yards or driveways, or we had a small incident with a vehicle. Those are things that can be fixed here, and we are the first vehicles on the road, so it is the most dangerous time that we could slide into something, but we all do our best to be safe and on the road and keep them open for the residents. Also, the drivers do try to be courteous as where they put the snow, but I think some residents have to understand that we are not removing the snow. We are technically just repositioning it to the berm of the road to make the travel lane passable and safe. So if your driveway gets covered after the plow truck goes through, there's not really much the driver can do. They try to be courteous and pass it off to each side so it's fairly even, but again, we're not removing snow, so it's kind of a give and take. If you have a driveway and you're worried about it getting covered, if you remove enough snow on one side for the plow to unload, if you want to call it, unload all the snow that it is carrying, it could unload it into that pocket as it is sweeping by your driveway, and it could deter a lot of the snow that would build up in your driveway and cause a burn. But as I said, they do try to be respectful. They don't try to pile a bunch of snow up in front of anybody's driveway or anybody's parking space as they go through. As we are short-staffed, I'm always out there with them as they're plowing roads, whether I'm loading trucks or in a plow truck myself. Also, we had a few small breakdowns, as you have when you have a 15-hour snowstorm. It takes a beating on the trucks. A few of our trucks, or our main 3 plow trucks, are 20 years old now. And just some odds and ends will break. A few of them we were able to repair. I went and got parts and repaired them myself in the garage to keep them on the road going, and to try to keep the trucks moving here and keep everybody able to travel. As I said, we have a small crew, but they do their best and they keep at it till the job is done. As far as the sewage department here, we try not to get in any major dig projects, but we had a dig on in the alley off Gallant Avenue. A small fix turned into laying 150 foot of pipe during the cold week here. The guys stayed diligent though and dressed warm, and we kept at it until the job was done to keep customers and sewage flowing as best we could here in a timely manner. It's pothole season. In between plowing, they'll be out doing potholes, trying to keep up with that. As far as lawn pickup, curbside pickup for lawn debris, we try to keep on it as best we can here. It is winter. It is the end of the year. People are using their vacation and time they have left. Otherwise, they'll lose it in the following year here. So, weather permitting and manpower permitting, we will still do collection. The snowstorms happen to fall on our collection days here, so they have kind of gotten pushed back. But if the residents can just be respectful, that's not our only duty. We're not like the garbage company. That's not our only job to pick up debris, but we try to keep up on it as best we can to keep everybody happy. As far as that, that's all I already have. Nobody has any questions or concerns? Thank you.
Very good. John, just on a side note, during the snowstorm, I got numerous calls about we didn't hit this place or didn't know where somewhere was. John and his crew, they were more than helpful to get out to get to those hard-to-get places. I was with him on one trip, and it was a real hard place to get, but he did a fantastic job, and I have to commend you with the small amount of equipment that we have and the short staff. Our city looked really well, and I was out looking on Sunday, and great job, John.
Thank
to you and your team. Thank you so much.
Also, one thing I just wanted to add for residents, please do not throw your snow into the road. A lot of residents, as they're cleaning, they throw it in the road, again, in hopes that it's removed, but we're not removing. All we're doing is repositioning. And if the plow truck does not come back through after you throw it in the road, it can cause an icy spot in the road as it melts some and then refreezes during the night. So please try to pile it up in a mannerly place and not throw it into the roadway. Thank you.
Thanks, John, as always. Fire Department, Chief Kahn.
Okay, before I start off with our run breakdown. I'd like to convey to Chief DeWitt, it's been a pleasure. You did your duties, you did them very well, and you'll definitely be missed in the city. So hopefully he sees the recording of this. We'll be thinking about you, so thanks for everything. I always do a breakdown of our runs for the month. As far as our fire incidents, we had one explosion with the fire failing to go into a free burn, one kitchen fire confined to the stovetop, one scorch burn but the fire failed to ignite, one commercial vehicle fire, one electrical fire where the fire was out on arrival. Regarding our rescue incidents, we had 21 motor vehicle collisions. 4 of those had injuries, 17 no injuries. 1 had an entrapped victim. We had 1 vehicle versus pedestrian accident, 7 lockout or gain access for the EMS crews, 2 extrication of an ill or injured person from a building where we assisted EMS crews, and 2 animal rescues. Hazardous condition incidents. These included 5 natural gas leaks, 1 carbon monoxide incident, 2 power lines down, 1 chemical spill, 1 arcing short-circuited electrical equipment incident. As far as our service-related incidents, these included 5 persons in distress, 3 lockouts, 1 assist the police department, and 3 general public service incidents. Regarding our fire alarm activations, we had 18 fire alarm activations the month of November. We had weather-related incidents. These included 1 flooding and 1 tree down into a power line. And finally, we witnessed 2 drills in public facilities. As I always say, included building familiarization, pre-incident planning for the crews, fire prevention training for the staff's facility. Moving on to the training either taken or conducted by the department for our personnel for the month of November. Pretty good numbers again. We were over 75 man-hours of training. For the month of, I have a typo I just saw in there, that would be the month of November, my apologies. As far as highlighting some special training taken, one of our career firemen, John Rulai, spent a week at the Pennsylvania State Fire Academy taking a structural firefighting class up in Lewistown, Pennsylvania. Moving on to apparatus updates, our Engine 1 passed PA State Vehicle Inspection. That was the last one for the year, so no apparatus will be due again for a couple of months, for a few months. Just a couple of miscellaneous items. The department, as always, we've been busy with a lot of PR and community events. And this month's has included the Light Up Night, Toys for Tots, or will include, excuse me, and the Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. Speaking of the Toys for Tots, this is an amazing number. I'm pleased to announce that 3,720 toys were collected. There were a lot of people involved in this, our paid staff or volunteer members, a lot of their family members, area fire companies, so there's a lot of folks involved. And where I do believe that it takes a team to win the game, I do have to give the game ball to a couple of people. Hillary Griffith and Matt Burns, they really take this thing by the horns and spearhead it, and they work tirelessly with this program. So game ball goes to them. So, but absolutely excellent effort on everyone's part. So thank you to all the neighboring agencies who participated as well. Our department, again, like I said previous, we are going to be collecting for the Red Kettle campaign on Christmas Eve Day from 11 to 1. We've collected thousands of dollars annually with this effort. And none of this goes to the fire department. This is all to benefit the Salvation Army. Okay, so if you see our crews out in those 2 hours time, please consider giving a donation. As I always put a plug in for our community risk reduction programs, we're out there. If you have a public group, a public facility that would like training, please give us a call, 438-6900. We'll get you on the list. And then, as I always end, tonight's Thursday night. Doors are open over at the social hall right now. We have bingo. Games start at 6:45. That's it. Yes?
One question. Electric vehicles, have we had many cars in the city?
We've not in the city, and bordering in the township out on the bypass, we assisted a couple of times with those. It is it's a concern. There's no doubt about it. Not only the electric vehicles, the scooters that are out there, the mobility scooters, the hoverboards, the e-bikes, you name it. Guys have been taking a lot of training, and you know, so we're pretty well prepared for that. We have a pretty good game plan though, but knock on wood, fortunately nothing yet. So hopefully not. That's about it. Okay.
Thanks,
Yep.
Chief. Thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
As well. We'll go to the police report. Chief DeWitt had given me his report for the month, and I'll read it at this time. During the month of November, the Uniontown Police Department responded to 575 calls for service. A breakdown of some of the calls included 23 vehicle accidents, 2 assaults, 5 mental health incidents, 13 welfare checks, 42 domestics, 13 disorderly conducts, 9 warrant services, 24 emergency medical assists, 15 assists other police, 9 harassments, 1 shots fired, 24 alarms, 23 thefts, 3 public intoxications, 3 sexual assaults, 1 robbery, 2 unwanted persons, 66 suspicious persons, activities, or vehicles, and 1 burglary. Officers made a total of 13 criminal arrests, issued 15 non-traffic citations, and 6 traffic citations. Officers conducted vehicle and foot patrols of the city's parks as well as the Sheepskin Trail. Submitted by Delbert J. DeWitt, Chief of Police. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mayor. We will go to our last resolution. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to adjourn to meet next on Monday, January the 5th, 2026 at 10 o'clock a.m. in City Council chambers. This is the reorganization meeting required by the 3rd class city code. Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes. Thank you all for attending.